for those who think that wasn't a legit knockdown, when you bobbing and weaving and trying to get out the way of this big strong man, like when he clip you and you going down, like Tyson Fury was like on a swing down motion to dodge something.
There's momentum, yep.
So when he came back and clipped him behind the ear a little bit, he got him off balance,
right.
like you said. Yeah, he got him off balance, and that was a good capitalization to get back on the horse for Wilder.
Right.
Yeah.
That definitely swung the momentum in Wilder's way.
Yeah.
You could tell that he got his groove. It gave him that extra confidence. Because at that point, he got to know that he's losing his fight. So he's able to get that knockdown. And like right there, you can see it kind of rejuvenated Wilder. Mm-hmm. And, seeing the knockdown, and, initially I reacted to it, but I'm still watching. I'm like, oh, like Fury's not hurt. Like he just,
not
like you
all.
said, it was an equilibrium knockdown. Like he hit him, he caught him, and, he got knocked down, took his time, got up. And then Wilder, he went in for the kill, and then he went into his usual barrage of haymakers. But he couldn't finish him because, like, Fury wasn't hurt at that point.
Nope.
He wasn't hurt. So he couldn't finish him. And, kudos to Fury. He withstood the storm, got back on his feet, survived the round. And also, to me, he even put together a couple of nice combinations to end that round.
Right. Listen, when he got back up off that knockdown, he definitely he displayed that he was still intact. Like, he still had his wits with him, because he came back and had a couple 1-2s, couple counters that, was enough to tell Deontay Wilder, like, man, I'm still here.
Right.
I'm still here.
Right. So then we go into the next rounds. Now we're getting to 10 and 11. And then to me, it was the same thing that happened 3 through 8. Like Tyson Fury went in, he established a jab, he established ring control, he established distance, he hit him with clean combinations. At this point, you can kind of see the damage that's being done to Wilder's face. Like his left eye is almost shut.
Yes.
At that point in time.
Yes.
And the head movements, the combinations, the feints, they was taking a toll on Wilder, and I feel like that Tyson Fury at this point pretty much got the fight wrapped up in rounds 10 and 11 going into the 12th.
Right. And I can pretty much agree with that. I think Wilder did enough to probably make a good argument for one of those rounds. I can't remember. I'm thinking it's 11 when it was getting closer to the end. Mm-hmm. That he showed, Deontay Wilder showed a little more sense of urgency. Like, I do have to do something. His punches was coming a little quicker. His punches was coming a little harder, while Tyson Fury was sticking to the game plan of jab and move, and he became a little more aggressive. I think that was enough to, once again, like, get him closer to that round to be won. Like,
I hear you.
Like, out of the whole fight, I seen about 2 rounds that I can make an argument and, like, say Wilder actually did enough to win that round. Mm-hmm. But, and once again, the rounds that I'm talking about, they're so close, and Tyson Fury did so good that you can say Tyson Fury run those rounds too. And I mean, I couldn't get mad at you for that, because the way he boxed and the way he moved. But once you adjust your eyes to, oh, Tyson Fury is doing this, and the style he was fighting, it was almost so one-sided in Tyson Fury's favor that it almost like we got accustomed to seeing Deontay Wilder getting hit with that jab, and getting 1-2'd,
and also to add to that point, if you're watching the fight on pay-per-view, you're also listening to the announcers, and they're all over. They are all over Fury. Like, oh yeah, Fury hit him with another combination, and Fury hit him with this and that, and also I think that could play a key factor into the person that's watching the psyche as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Because if you're listening to the announcers, you're not really watching the fight. You would think, okay, yeah, they got to be right. Yep. You know what I'm saying? So you got to kind of tune them out and actually watch the fight with your own eyes. Because a lot of the times the announcers be saying a lot of stuff, but they're wrong. A lot of times they're wrong. Sometimes, majority of the time they're right, but sometimes they are wrong. Yep. So you definitely got to go with your own, what you see with the fight. And that's what you got to try. That's what I was trying to focus on. But like I said, like those 2 rounds, I feel like Tyson took them easily. I didn't feel like Wilder, he's going into it again. Trying to hit that one bomb, them 2 bombs, and try to take him out, but they kept missing. He kept slipping them, and like Wilder said in his post press conference interview, he's like, man, the dude had on like baby oil or something. I couldn't touch him.
Yep. Now listen, Tyson Fury, as he was moving and grooving and doing what he was doing, like Wilder was landing some significant shots that was doing more damage than people thought they were doing.
You think so?
Oh yeah, definitely. If you pay attention to Tyson Fury's shoulder, his shoulder was bruised up, red. I mean, literally marked up from doing so much rolling off that big right hand.
Right. Yeah. Like he took some. He may not have gotten hit, significantly in the face or in the body, but he definitely took some blows.
Right. And
I feel you're saying blocking.
I actually give those some of those. Now, most of them is defense, and he rolling the punches, and a great defense by Tyson Fury. But I give some of those points, man. Like, you cannot ignore if I hit you and you do a little stumble back. I don't care if I hit you in the shoulder a little more than I hit you in the chest, or I hit you in the jaw. I mean, the shoulder a little more than I hit you in the jaw. Like, I feel like he worked. Like, he picked up the pace. Like, he did a little bit more to say, I'm still the champion. Like, Wilder. Right. Yeah. So, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, 2 rounds, you can make the edge for him. Okay. Which, like I said before, if you gave him the Tyson Fury, if you gave every round to Tyson Fury, but the 2 rounds that Deontay Wilder got those knockdowns, I say you wouldn't be far off. You know?
Right.
So if you did give 1, maybe 2 more rounds to Wilder, you still wouldn't be far off. Mm-hmm. So that's what type of fights and rounds those concluded to.
I feel you. So you gave 1 round to. You feel like Wilder did enough to get one of those rounds between 10 and 11.
Yeah.
Okay. So I have Fury winning both of those easily, in my opinion. All right. So going into round 12, at this point, we both got Wilder down.
Yep.
All right. So Wilder at this point is losing
He's
this fight.
Down.
I'm thinking like, okay, going into this fight, he needs to get a knockout. And I'm feeling like, Fury, all you got to do is survive. All you got to do is not let him land that big shot. You can lose the round 9-10 and still win the fight, is my opinion. You know what I'm saying?
Not what, see that, and that's the thing that makes it close, because like you said, if Deontay Wilder do get one of those rounds before 12 and actually capitalize on 12 like how he did and make it a 12-8 round, then you got yourself
10-8.
10-8 round. You got yourself a hell of a fight.
Right. But that's kind of what happened, because in the round, Tyson Fury, again, Wilder knows he's going into it knowing that he needs to knock him out to win this fight. And sure enough, in the middle of the round, he hit Fury with his 2 best punches of the fight. Hit him with that right cross. That's the one that really stumbled Fury. Mm-hmm. And he was going down. And then he hit him with that left hook. And I thought it was lights out.
Lights out.
I thought it was over. He laid him the fuck out.
Now listen, that's bring me to my main point of the fight. He was lights out. Even though he got out, he got up, that man was lights out.
You think so?
The man was lights out. He laid flat. Now, in most cases, off a reaction, a referee would have stopped that fight. Mm-hmm. They would have, I'm talking about instantly stopped the fight.
Yeah, typically that fight is over.
Now, the only reason why I say this draw is an amazing draw, like the fight concluded into a draw. The only reason why I say that is because it's an old boxing saying, in order to beat a man, you got to beat the man, and you got to take that belt convincingly. Right. What Tyson Fury was on the pace of doing, don't get me wrong, he was right there, like knocking at Wilder door, like, yo, you got 1 round left to show me something. And I just think Wilder put it all on the line. I think Wilder heart showed a little more than Tyson Fury. I
disagree on you on that one.
Listen. And I'm only saying this because not for one point did I underestimate Tyson Fury not to win the fight, but I don't think the man who fought Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder, I don't think he underestimated him either. I think he knows Tyson Fury is an undefeated fighter that can move and box better than, himself. Like, I think Deontay Wilder have that feeling. He know Tyson Fury delivers that aspect of boxing a little bit better than him. Mm-hmm. But so when you dig down in the 12th round to make a comeback and score a knockdown like that, and you're the champion, you hear me? Like, you knock this man down twice, a man that's giving you problems, hell, and you can't figure him out, but you did enough to figure him out, if that make any sense.
I don't feel like, but that's the thing though. Well, here, let me conclude this round. So round 12, he hit him with that combination, hit him with the right cross, left hook, floors him. I disagree with you on the point that he was out cold. I don't think he was out. He may have like laid flat out, but I felt like the referee was able to get over top of him because he started, like a lot of people was saying like on Twitter and Facebook that he started to count late. He did not start that count late, in my opinion. As soon as he hit the ground, Wilder moved and he started that count. And if you look at the way where he started the count to the time clock that was on the match, like it was going like tick for tick. Now I will agree that a lot of people are saying, I know you said it, that on that 9 count, that was a little delayed, and I could definitely see that. So he lays him out. The ref goes over top of him. And you can see that he's not out in his eyes. Like that's the first thing the ref usually looks at. You know, he may be laid out with his arms out, but you can see in his eyes that his eyes not rolled in the back of his head. They're not glazed over or nothing like that. Like he's still conscious. He's still aware of where he's at. I feel like what Tyson Fury did was, instead of trying to just jump right back to his feet after getting knocked down and then messing around and stumbling and seeing that he's like incapacitated at that point, then I feel like the fight would have been stopped.
Right, like a classical Zab Zuda.
Right.
Just jumping up and having
and then got the noodle legs. Right.
I think I'm with you on that. I think Tyson Fury executed that.
That was a
perfect.
that was a veteran move right there. You could tell that Tyson Fury is a vet in that game for him to take his time.
Right.
You know, not just jump right back up. All right, so I got knocked down. He hit me with a fucking hell of a shot. Let me take my time. Let me gather myself. I got a 10 count. So he's looking dead at the ref. If you want to watch that fight again, he's looking dead at the ref. The ref is on. He gets to 6. He gets to 7. On 7, he gets up. He starts to get up. 8, 9, and then the ref is starting to go to 10. But at that point, Fury is on his feet.
Yeah.
Now, y'all can see it both ways. If he would have called it at 10 and called the fight, I wouldn't be mad. However, I am happy that the ref gave him a chance to get up. I'm happy that the ref gave him a chance to give it his awareness, follow his instructions, and let him continue that fight.
Right.
Because I feel like that fight was too epic for it to end on a standing 10 count.
And that brings me to one of my main points. Like, as far as the draw decision, like between the storyline of Tyson Fury, between the storyline of Deontay Wilder, between the buildup of this fight, the anticipation of what's going to happen, I think this fight lived up to all expectations.
Yeah, it exceeded expectations, in my opinion.
Listen, I mean, both of these guys brought their A game, and then one of them was off of it.
Yeah.
He brought their A game.
Well, real quick. I want to finish that round. So Fury gets up, and then you see Wilder. Like Wilder thought it was over. I thought it was over. Like I seen him go down, and like I'm sitting there watching it with my girl and my roommate, and I stand there, I shout "Bomb Squad," and I probably woke up the house.
Yeah.
And then you know, like you said, like Fury or Wilder did the throat slit. And he's shouting to the crowd, it's over. You see his wife in the crowd. Yeah, baby, you go, baby. It's over. Fury gets up. The fight continues. Wilder goes in to try to finish him. And so, he goes into his barrage of haymakers. And to Fury's credit, he did not go down. And then actually, during those haymakers, he actually catches Wilder.
Yeah, he stunned him.
And stunned him. Yes, he stunned Wilder.
At that point, Wilder actually backed up and say, I was going to be content with this 10-8 round.
Right.
I'm going to be content with
it.
Because I might actually get myself hurt and it could be a 10-9 round.
Yeah, exactly.
And Wilder was smart on that aspect.
It could have been a 9-9 round.
Right.
Yeah.
Or 9-9. That's what I meant. That's what I meant. And Wilder was dead on with that aspect. Like, I got to back up and be content with this.
I don't blame him for that one as well. Because, you just got stunned. You just knocked him down. You got the round one. And even though you can't get him out of there, don't get yourself knocked out.
Right. Now, listen, let me elaborate on that knockdown. between the 12th round knockdown, between the referee running to him, getting on his knees, and directly looking into Tyson Fury's eyes,